He looks at his brothers and he says to his brothers, no ambiguous terms, no euphemisms. A euphemism is to take a harsh reality and soften it. Doesn't do any of this. He looks at his brothers and he says, what you meant for evil. That's a man that's willing to face what happened. He's not making excuses. He's not saying, look, I know you meant well. I know your intentions were good. I know stuff happened to you and hurt people. He doesn't do any of that. He says, what you meant for evil. There's no avoidance in Joseph. There's no denial. There's no defending his dysfunctional family. There's no minimizing it. There's no pretending it didn't happen. He's willing to look at his brothers in the face. Takes a lot of courage to do this. To look at the people that are your family and say, you meant this and you meant evil. That's the first task right there in healing. You go to therapy, that's the first thing that they're going to try to do is get you to face it. I mean, any good therapist is going to say, look, you can't run from this. Whatever you run from will run you. Whatever you run from, it will run you. In fact, there's plenty of studies on fMRIs that show this. If you put a person's brain under an fMRI, which is a brain scan, you can study neurotransmitters. You can see what's going on emotionally in someone. You put their brain under an fMRI, you present a subject they don't want to talk about, they avoid it. The more they avoid it, the more anxiety goes up. Avoidance and anxiety are statistically equivalent on an fMRI. The more you avoid something, the more anxious you are about it. In other words, the more you run from it, the more it runs you. Avoidance, anxiety, statistically equivalent. I mean, you hear said a lot about people being triggered. I don't want to do that, I get triggered. Well, that means you should do it. I mean, maybe you need a little help in doing it. Maybe you need some coaching. Maybe you need to do it in stages. But the last thing you want to do is avoid it, because the more you avoid something that threatens you, the more it continues to threaten you and the more the threats amplify. I mean, you learned this in high school with the bully, right? The more you run from the bully, the more the bully runs your life. Whatever you avoid. There's no avoidance in Joseph. He looks at his brothers. It's clear that Joseph has come to terms. He has come to terms with reality. There's no denial or detachment inside of him. He looks at them and says, what you meant for evil. Now that's not, you might say, well, isn't that judging my mom, my dad? No. You got to call it what it is. We're going to get to forgiveness. Forgiveness is important. Certainly we should forgive. Most definitely. Forgive mom. Forgive dad. Look, you really start forgiving mom and dad when you are a mom and dad. I was an excellent father. I knew exactly what mom and dad should do. I was a fantastic father till I had kids. I was wonderful raising my hypothetical children in my hypothetical world. And then I had kids and I realized parenthood is the scariest hood I've ever traveled through. I've seen the Bronx, I know Detroit, seen Cleveland, been through Providence, Hartford, Philly. There's no scarier hood than parenthood. Your own kinfolk will beat you up and leave you broke on the side of the road. Anybody survive parenthood? The trauma of parenthood. Okay? In the 1980s, we talked about child abuse. In the 2000s, we need to talk about parent abuse. The pendulum has swung the other way. I have grandkids now. I don't even want my kids anymore. It's like, just give me the kids, the grandkids. Go home. Listen, that's the cost of admission for them coming to dinner at the house. But Dad, can we come over for dinner? Do you have your kids? No, you can't. Cost of admission is my grandkids. You know I'm telling the truth. So when Joseph says what you meant for evil, he knows the evil in you is the evil in me. I realize that the evil that you do is also, I'm quite capable. That dog will hunt in me too. But here's the deal. If I excuse what you did to me and call it anything other than evil, If I excuse what you did to me, it's only a matter of time before I repeat the cycle and I use that same excuse to excuse what I do to my kids. And the generational curse continues. The only way to break this curse, I got to call it what it is. Because if I justify what you did to me, I'm going to use the justification to do the same thing to my kids, and it's just going to continue over and over again. I got to put a stop to this. Listen, you may not have come out of a good family, but a good family is going to come out of you. And Joseph's story is the role model for this. He may not have come out of health and holiness, but health and holiness is going to come out of him. And the way it's going to begin is by him looking at the people he looked up to and saying, what you did, it wasn't right. This curse stops here. The cycle, it ends now. What you did was evil.
When we face the truth about what's happened to us, healing begins. As Dr. Mike Caparelli reminded us, you can't fix what you won't face. The courage to call evil what it really is can break the cycle and open the door to growth. If you're struggling today, don't walk through it alone. Reach out for help. Talk with someone. And if you'd like to go deeper into this topic, check out the full post-traumatic growth seminar with Dr. Mike Caparelli on our YouTube channel. And remember, if you're in the Ravenna, Ohio area, we'd love to meet you in person at Ravenna Assembly of God. There's a place for you here. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more insight and encouragement from Mental Health Monday with Pastor Dan Harrison. And join us next week for another powerful conversation of hope and healing.